Introducing Refined. Refined simulates the large, complex, and often dangerous industrial oil refining operations that are found throughout the world into a medium to heavyweight board game that can be played on your kitchen table. The following short historic video describes the oil distillation process, which is at the heart of Refined. So I hope you enjoy your short history lesson.
And that's done in these towers called fractionating towers. They divide crude oil into the lighter and heavier parts. Those of different boiling points liquefy at different levels in the towers. Some lighter than gasoline liquefy at the top. Heavier parts liquefy further down. At the bottom are the heavy fuel oils, or the raw materials from which lubricating oils are made.
Refined is an engine-building, dice-rolling, contract fulfillment economic board game for 2 to 4 players that takes 90 to 150 minutes to play. Over 100 custom dice are used in Refined to represent the various oil fractions contained within the millions and millions of barrels of oil used every day throughout the world. In Refined, players vie for resources and equipment upgrades to increase their production capacities as they try to produce the required refinery outputs to be sold to the wholesale market or to be used to fulfill specialized contracts. Over the course of 5 eras, players will reinvest their profits to customize their refinery capabilities, striving to maximize efficiency and generate even more profits. Players need to balance all their refinery operations to prevent even a single drop of oil from going to waste or be penalized for their negligent operations. Embark on a journey across the last 150 years of the oil revolution and outwit your fellow players in the race to become the greatest and wealthiest oil refining tycoon. Using over 100 custom dice to represent the various hydrocarbon products, from the natural gases found at the top of the distillation column to the coal-like material called coke at the bottom, allows players to feel like they're controlling their own oil refinery. Managing all these dice is the puzzle that challenges players throughout the game because there is a limited amount of capacity for each type of dice, so the players must utilize their resources wisely to keep all the dice inside the pipes. Every dice gain needs to find a valid place in the refinery or the players will cause a spill, resulting in a potential loss of points at the end of the game. Players can purchase refinery upgrades which provide operational flexibility to hold and refine more dice and hopefully generate more profits. However, players will also need to acquire the specialized contracts to manage the output of their refinery so they can sell their distillates for the highest price. Finally, one of the unique game mechanisms modeled on real refinery operations is the ability to reprocess or crack dice into lighter and potentially higher quality distillates, which will be recycled back to the player's storage for future turns. This is a strategic decision point. Do players simply sell all their dice each turn for short-term profits, or do they crack their excess dice into more useful and critical inputs for future rounds? Every era presents the player with a growing tactical and economic puzzle, which needs to be solved and optimized. Players must use their creativity, planning skills to maximize their profits, and a little luck never hurts.